Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. As you may or may not know, I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA, and that means I help guide people on their journey with self-directed, holistic lifestyle and using essential oils. And one of the most fulfilling parts about this work for me is seeing the powerful shift that happens, hey Patty, that happens when people take ownership for their own health and well-being. So for the next 10 days, 11 days actually, because I'll have a bonus oil thrown in, I'm going to go over some of my favorite oils for emotional support and some just kind of powerful affirmations you can pair with them to help shift your emotions. So, using essential oils is really nothing new. The world over, people have been using and experiencing the benefits of oils, hey Christy, for physical needs. But the idea of using oils for emotional support can be a brand new concept for some people, and it's really not new at all. If anything, I've learned from studying geography and also later on in life yoga is that everything is connected to everything. And our physical and our emotional health is no exception. And I've learned through my own healing journey that, and working with others along the way too, that healing the body requires healing the mind and healing the heart. So my intention for sharing this information with you in this space is to provide education and help you maximize the use of your essential oils by using them to their full potential. I just have come to love embracing their goodness for so many things, for my home, for my body, my heart, my mind, my soul, and I just want to share that information with you. Yeah, Christy, I'm just glad you're here with me on this journey. So, you guys know that essential oils are some of nature's most powerful support for emotional health too. So I know Patty and Christy, you guys are feeling the powerful shifts as well. But I get, again, like many people may not really be aware that this is even an option, and really an empowering option. So before I share the oil of the day with you today, I want to go over a little bit about the emotional response process, so we can kind of start understanding a little bit how emotional aromatherapy works. So emotions are a normal process. So I want to be clear that I'm not talking about treating disease or diagnosing any disease here. I'm talking about supporting healthy function of the body. So emotions are a normal, healthy, biological response to everyday life. And each and every emotion that we experience is going to be in response to a stimulus, a thought, a memory, an activity, and that's going to trigger a release of specific chemicals in our brain. And these chemicals can literally take us up or bring us down. And, this is not to say to push away sadness or things we deem as negative. Those are normal responses. And if you're experiencing something in life and you are feeling sorrow or grief or sadness, by all means, let it out. Let it cleanse out of your body and move through that. What I'm talking about here is developing self-awareness and discernment to notice when we're staying in a perpetual, habitual loop of negative feelings. So, and recognizing when we're triggered positively or negatively. The positive triggers can encourage calm, peace, joy, happiness, and well-being. And then, of course, the negative stimulus can trigger negative feelings. And what aromatherapy can be is the practice of purposely introducing a positive stimulus into our emotional process. And it's been proven to positively alter our chemical and emotional responses. So that's really empowering to know we can be in the driver's seat. So just to recap on the emotional process, we have a stimulus, we see something, smell, taste, hear, feel, and it can be an activity or a thought or a memory. And then our brain interprets that signal from our senses. And then when our brain notices that signal, it determines an appropriate emotional response. And then chemicals are released in our brain to match that emotional response. Then our body responds physically to the chemical messages. So ever notice when you're stressed out, your palms get a little sweaty or your stomach starts to hurt? That's a physical response to an emotional process happening that starts in your brain. What I want to share is the idea that we can really acknowledge emotions as not good or bad, right or wrong, but as a source of information to help us gain self-awareness. So developing self-awareness helps us develop emotional intelligence. And why is that important? Because our emotional intelligence is a more important marker for success out in the world than even our IQ. And we're born with our IQ, that's maybe a fixed number, but emotional intelligence, our EQ, can be learned and developed. So that's really good news for us all. There's hope. So self-awareness means having the deep understanding of what's going on within us, our feelings, emotions, our strengths, our weaknesses, our needs and our drives, and helps us conjure up the ability to respond honestly to what's going on within us and around us. So when we notice our emotions as we process them, we can select an essential oil to shift the emotions in a really simple, effective way. And it's a great positive first step towards heightening self-awareness. So it's like that check-in, an anchor. And this is something that's so simple you can even teach a child to do. And think about like the implications of teaching children how to become self-aware at a young age and not let their emotions be in the driver's seat, but learn to kind of understand what the emotions are. I know I wish that I had learned that as a young child, but better late than never, right? So when we reach for a bottle of oil, we can choose to redirect our mood and to release a flood of positive chemicals through our brain and body. And so I'm going to take you through the basics using lavender. So if you have a lavender oil nearby, you can grab it and go through this with me. Lavender is known as the oil of communication and calm. And it helps support, I'm just going to read a little bit about lavender. Lavender helps support open and honest communication with calming the mind. So this is super appropriate for me because I was a little bit nervous to hit the live button to do this. So I did use the lavender beforehand to just calm myself down a little bit. So it reassures us when we experience the fear of being seen and heard, and it helps lessen the insecurities that can come with sharing our true thoughts, feelings, and concerns. Expressing ourselves releases us from patterns of withholding and can assist with feelings of anxiousness and stress. So lavender invites us to open ourselves to experience unconditional love, self-acceptance, and peace of mind. So to use lavender for emotional support, you can just simply take the cap off, you can put a drop in your hand, rub your palms together, and take a big breath in. And one thing I like to do is pair using essential oils with positive affirmations. If something happens in the brain when we hear ourselves speak something positive, and then when we introduce this external pure chemical molecule into the brain, this rewiring, patterning starts to happen. So with lavender, one can say, I am calm, I am safe. I embrace and express my innermost thoughts and desires. I am open and courageously sharing with others who I am. And so then your brain hears that, breathes in the oil, and you start to move and shake things up a little bit. So if you have not tried doTERRA's lavender and you would like a sample, just type in the comments below sample, and I'll get with you and make sure you get some lavender to try. If you want to learn more about emotional aromatherapy, I'm happy to send you a free ebook on essential oils for emotions. And type in the comments below, I choose calm, and I will get that ebook to you. And then if you're ready to learn more about simplifying and using essential oils to support your physical and emotional health, and you're not working with another doTERRA wellness advocate, I invite you to book a call with me. It's a discovery call where we can go over your wellness priorities. I can share a bit with you about why quality and sourcing practices matter when you're choosing an essential oil, and I can go over some of the most versatile products with you. And if by chance you do see something you like, I can help get you started on your journey. And if you are working with another wellness advocate or have talked to somebody else about doTERRA, get in touch with them. This month's a great month to get started. Anyone who purchases a starter kit this month will receive $50 in doTERRA dollars. That's product credit to spend on oils. And I think that might be it. Let's see what some of the comments said here, if I could read them. Aw, thanks Annie for being here and inspiring me always. Hey Cami, Jen, B. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday so far. And remember, even if you don't have your bottle of oil nearby, you can always stop what you're doing and take some deep breaths and go over those affirmations in your head. The act of stopping, breathing, and being still for a few minutes is enough to shift things up a bit. Also, finding a hobby, going out for a walk in nature, moving your body. These are all other things we can do to, help move through negative emotions. Calling a friend, confiding in somebody, connecting. That's really what we're hardwired for. So, and if you are going through a hard time, know that you're not alone. Reach out to somebody and have a chat. That sometimes is enough to uplift your day. Well, hope everyone has a great day. Please like this, share this, comment on it if this information helped you out. And I will be popping in tomorrow at 9:45 and we'll share another oil of the day. Take care.